Jiang Hao was the definition of an average high school student. He was neither the top of the class nor the troublemaker, just a quiet boy who preferred not to be in the spotlight. His days were filled with homework, light-hearted banter with his best friend, and the occasional basketball game after school. He didn't think much about romance. In fact, he believed staying out of complicated relationships was the easiest way to keep life peaceful. That peace ended the day he met Jiang Yushi. She was unlike anyone he had ever seen, confident, sharp-eyed, and with a mysterious smile that made people curious without even trying. Their meeting was pure accident. She was standing in the middle of the sidewalk, looking as though she were waiting for someone. When their eyes met, she simply extended her hand, offering a small, shiny wrapped chocolate without explanation. Confused but too polite to refuse, Jiang Hao accepted it. The chocolate tasted sweet but ordinary. He didn't think about it again until the next morning, when whispers followed him down the school hallway. At first, he thought maybe he had dirt on his face or his hair was messy, but then Tang Li, the most admired girl in their grade, walked straight up to him. She smiled nervously and told him she had been thinking about the time he confessed to her last year. Jiang Hao almost choked. He had never confessed to anyone. Before he could explain, another girl appeared, this time her classmate Xia Zhu, claiming she still remembered the chocolates he had given her and the romantic promise they had shared. Jiang Hao felt his head spin. By lunchtime, 3 different girls were telling him similar stories, each with vivid details as though they had actually happened. His friends teased him about suddenly being a secret playboy, but Jiang Hao knew something was seriously wrong. After school, he spotted Jiang Yushi leaning casually against the school gates. She seemed unsurprised by his frustration. When he demanded answers, she calmly explained that the chocolate she had given him was special. Whoever received it from him would believe, with absolute certainty, that they had a romantic past together. Not only that, the memories it created were so convincing, even the victims couldn't tell they were fake. Jiang Hao's first instinct was to panic. He begged her to reverse the effect, but Jiang Yushi simply told him that magic wasn't so simple. The only way to break the illusions was to find the one girl whose feelings for him existed before the magic touched her heart. The rest would slowly fade, but until then, he was stuck in a mess of misunderstandings. Days turned into weeks, and Jiang Hao's life became a balancing act. One moment, he was being dragged into helping Tang Li study for a test just like he used to. The next, Xia Zhu was asking him to walk her home because he always did before. Then there was Meng Meng, a cheerful but mischievous girl who insisted they had once shared a secret picnic under the stars. Each story was more outrageous than the last, but each girl believed it with unwavering sincerity. The more he tried to deny the claims, the worse it got. Some girls took his denial as playful teasing. Others thought he was trying to start fresh with them. And then there were the jealous stares from other students, which made him the target of unwanted rumors and gossip. His once quiet school life was completely gone. Through all the chaos, Jiang Yushi remained a constant, often appearing at the worst possible moments just to watch the drama unfold. Sometimes, she would hand him another piece of chocolate, each with different effects. One caused temporary jealousy between anyone who liked him, another made people extra affectionate, and one even caused his best friend to think they had been rivals for years. Jiang Hao began to realize that Yushi was treating this entire situation like a game, yet, as frustrating as it was, Jiang Hao started noticing something unexpected. Beneath the magic-induced feelings, the girls began showing sides of themselves that were genuine. Tang Li, who seemed perfect on the outside, confessed her fear of failing her college entrance exams. Xia Zhu revealed her struggles with a strict family that never let her relax. Even Meng Meng, usually all smiles, admitted she often hid her loneliness behind jokes. These moments made Jiang Hao see them as more than just victims of a spell. They were real people with real emotions. He started questioning himself. If the magic created false memories, did it also create false feelings? Or were some of these emotions starting to grow naturally? That uncertainty made things even more complicated. He didn't want to hurt anyone, but he couldn't let the magic keep controlling their hearts. Jiang Yushi, perhaps sensing his growing sincerity, finally gave him a clue. The girl whose feelings were real would be the only one who could remember something small, a detail about him that no magic could invent. It might be a habit, a preference, or a memory of something he had never told anyone else. From then on, Jiang Hao began paying close attention to every interaction. He listened more carefully to what the girls said and watched how they behaved when they thought he wasn't looking. He noticed that while most conversations centered around the romantic past created by the chocolates, sometimes a genuine moment slipped through, a laugh at the right time, a glance filled with unspoken understanding. The search for the truth took time, and along the way, Jiang Hao grew as a person. He learned patience, empathy, and how to truly listen. He stopped seeing the situation as a problem to escape from and started treating it as a responsibility he had to handle with care. These were people whose lives he had affected, even if by accident. Eventually, the magic began to weaken for some of the girls. They started questioning their memories, unsure of what was real. The confusion was painful for them, but Jiang Hao was there to help them through it, reassuring them that even if the romance was false, the friendship they had built could still be real. In the end, the truth revealed itself quietly. It wasn't a dramatic confession or a grand gesture that showed him who truly cared for him. It was a simple moment, a conversation under a quiet evening sky, when one girl mentioned something about him that no magic could have known. In that moment, Jiang Hao understood. She was the one whose feelings existed before the chocolates, the one whose heart had always been his without the help of magic. Breaking the spell didn't erase the memories, but it did set everyone free. The illusions faded, leaving behind fragments of what felt like dreams. Some moved on, others stayed friends, and Jiang Hao finally returned to a quieter life, though it wasn't the same as before. He was no longer the boy who avoided attention. He was someone who had faced confusion, chaos, and responsibility, and come out stronger for it. Jiang Yushi disappeared soon after, leaving only a knowing smile and a warning that magic always comes with a price. Jiang Hao didn't know if he would ever see her again, but deep down, he felt she had given him more than trouble. She had given him a chance to find something real in a world of illusions. Jiang Hao was the definition of an average high school